Now to the celebration of Eyo Festival in Lagos State, where residents of the state, visitors and spectators converged on Tafawa Balewa Square for the 2025 Adamu Orisa play, popularly known as the Eyo Festival. This is the 73rd edition of the Eyo Festival held in Lagos State since 1854, when Oba Dosunmu first performed the rites in honor of his father, Oba Akintoye. So the Director General of the Nigeria Tourism Development Corporation, Olayiwola Awakan, joins us to have some discussion and, of course, some fun on this Eyo Festival. Olayiwola Awakan, how are you doing? I'm sure you've been enjoying yourself at the festival today. I'm sure you had to walk barefoot on the road as well.
Well, thank you, Theophilus. Definitely, I enjoyed myself, and everyone who converged on the Tafawa Balewa Square today enjoyed themselves to the fullest. It's the Eyo Festival, and this is a global festival that Lagos State is putting out. And I can tell you of the facts that the economy of Lagos State and the economy of the country is better for it, because this is a very strong tourism asset that we're pushing to the international community. So it's been fun since the beginning of this Eyo Festival with the theme preserving heritage, celebrating identity, which we've used to celebrate 4 key heroes of the state, from the late Mama Abibatu Mogaji, that's the mother of our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to Brigadier Mobolaji Johnson, to Lateef Jakonde, and to Michael Otedola. So these are great minds from Lagos State that have used the Eyo Festival to celebrate. And you know that Eyo stands for purity. Eyo stands for the essence of our cultural assets in Lagos State. And you cannot talk about Lagos, the cultural asset and the cultural prowess of Lagos, without mentioning Eyo. And this has contributed immensely to the GDP of the state, to the GDP of the country at large. And I think other states can also, take a cue from this. Look at the colorful and the, vibrant display of the various, adorned attire of the Eyo Festival, of the Eyo masquerades today. You could see how, people thronged the Tafawa Balewa Square to have a taste of the beauty of Eyo after how many years ago, and this is coming up again. So it's a good tourism asset for Nigeria, and for the people who came into the country for this dirty December season, you will know how this is impacting our tourism, asset. These people who came into the country from the diasporans are going to get hotels, they are going to pay, they are going to buy stuffs, they are going to pay, they are going to spend their money into the economy, and this is boosting the economic strength of Lagos and Nigeria at large.
Okay, so driving through Tafawa Balewa Square, I saw a lot of people, like you have mentioned, those that came in from diaspora, not just Nigerians, but even foreigners, were enjoying the Eyo Festival. But as a state government or as a federal government, how do we take advantage of such festivals? We have not just Eyo, we have quite a lot of festivals, not just in Lagos, but in other parts of Nigeria. How do we take advantage of such festivals to grow our GDP, especially with tourism?
Okay, so after my assumption of office, what I am doing from my own end from the Nigerian Tourism Development Authority is to look for the best way for us to use tourism to drive our economy. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has said that we should look at diversification of our economy from oil through tourism, and that is what majority of us, most especially those of us in the creative economy sector, through the efforts of even the minister, Barrister Anato Musa Musawa, what we're doing. Personally, from the Nigerian Tourism Development Authority, we are looking for ways to collaborate with the private sector and see how we can drive all festivals that we have in this country. I want to use storytelling as a means to drive tourism in this country, because I say this often, that if we are to pick on stories from our cultural assets in this country and to tell these unique stories of our heritage, of our unique assets, cultural assets, for 365 days, we will not repeat a particular story. An instance that I always make is that of Ile Ife in Osun State, where they have festivals that they celebrate every day of the year, excluding one day. If these stories are being turned into, something that you put together to promote our and to preserve our cultural heritage to the world, you see how we will attract a lot of those in diaspora to this country to spend their money. Now, let's look at an instance I always make again. In Kebbi State, the government is spending over 10 billion naira for outbound tourism. That's for pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia. If you spend 10 billion naira to send people to Saudi Arabia, you are contributing to their economy. It's good. Nobody's saying it's not good. But these countries have created something from nothing. We have more than enough abundance here in Nigeria that we can create something from. And what we need to do is just to look inward and see how we can collaborate more. From Nigerian Tourism Development Authority, I say it often that, look, tourism development is more of private sector driven. What the government needs to do is to create an enabling environment and to partner and to ensure that there's a good legacy, there's a good foundation for these innovative and noble ideas that are coming up to help promote our tourism asset. If we do this rightly, look at our airports. That's the first port of call when people come into this country. How do we receive them? Look at our tourist destinations. Look at Ikogosi. Ikogosi is doing well. Look at Olumorok. Olumorok is doing well. It has to do with public-private partnership, and that is what we are driving from NTDA, and that is what the government is focusing on to ensure that we move tourism to the next level to drive our economy and to make it better.
Director General of the Nigeria Tourism Development Agency, Olayiwola Awakan, thank you so much. I have quite a lot of questions, but for the want of time, we'll just leave it here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.